Hello, my name is Branch, and I'm going out on a limb.
Episode 2. And the whole earth was of one language, and of one speech. As a kid growing up, my dad thought it'd be really important if we got into the habit of reading the Bible.
Shout out to the ones who also read KJV when they were kids. It's the Old English, man. Old English.
So besides having us read our daily passages from the book of Proverbs, he would also put on a CD of the Bible. Usually in the morning before we ate breakfast, or during breakfast, and even, honestly, after breakfast,
The man was gonna make sure we were listening to some kind of Bible at some kind of time, at some kind of point, okay? But like I said, we were listening to a CD recording of the Bible. But not just any kind of CD recording. We were listening to a version narrated by
the man, the myth, the legend, Alexander Scorby.
Anyone who loves to listen to the Bible knows this man's name.
I've listened to a lot of other people narrate the Bible, but I've never found anyone who can narrate the Bible as well as Alexander Scorby. Well, at least in English.
He just was really good at adding inflections to the characters and making it way more dramatic than, than I would have read it as.
He was also really good at pronouncing biblical names. He did it without missing a beat. Now, when I pronounce or try to pronounce biblical names, this is usually how it goes.
Mahershala Hasbaz.
Meher-shalal hashbaz.
Okay, Chushanrishathaim. Chushanrishathaim.
Chushanrishathaim, king of Mesopotamia.
Zanapanathia. Zapanathia.
Zaphnath Paeania.
Oh, wait, I know this one. Nebuchadnezzar. That was, damn it, I got that one. Honestly, the winner is clear here, folks. It's me. But honestly, besides messing up biblical names, I also mess up my fair share of common words.
Now, this next section requires a little bit of lore. Hold up. Leaving the point. A tangent. Or should I say, a tangent read. So, do y'all remember the show Wife Swap? Its basic premise is that there's two families and, they each have wives, whatever, anyway. So they switch each wife out with a different family and they get into these, hilarious hijinks or whatever. Okay, it's a weird show, I know, but for some reason, when I was a kid, I never said wife swap. I said wife swamp because I don't know why. I just did. Wife swamp, and nobody corrected me. Other common words that I'll mess up are words like chief and chef, mirror and error, and hour, only because I think I'm saying it wrong half the time. Hour, don't ask me. Hour. So if a chief chef made an error while looking at the mirror and he had to go swap the swamp on the hour, don't call me. I almost bit my tongue reading that. All of my word problems can go all the way back to the issues of the Tower of Babel. Now, when I was a kid, I really didn't understand the story of the Tower of Babel. I knew they were building a tower to heaven, right? But I didn't understand why that was a bad thing, and also didn't understand how exactly that would be possible. But looking back and, doing more research, I realized that the fact that they were trying to build a tower to go to heaven was them trying to go to heaven by their own works. They weren't trying to rely on God. They were like, hey, we got all these people, and the first thing we're going to do, because everybody understands everybody, we're going to go build this tower to heaven, and we don't really need God. We are going to build our own self-righteousness. We're going to be our own gods, essentially, because if we can get to God without God, then do we need God? No. So that was the issue. So God, looking down on that, was like, yep, that's not good. So he confused all of their languages. Tower of Babel, Babel meaning confusion. So now that there's 7,117 languages spoken today, it's probably smart that you start learning at least one of them. My native language is English, and that's all I speak.
I'm a monolingual, and I desperately want to learn another language. Not taking anything for granted, though. I know that English is the most widely spoken language due to it being known as the global language, but we only have 375 native speakers. Contrast that to Mandarin Chinese, 982 million native speakers. English just happens to be more widespread due to colonization, and Mandarin Chinese is more concentrated in China. Looking at the numbers, actually, Mandarin Chinese is number 1 for the most native speakers, second is Spanish, third is English, and then it's Hindi. Speaking of Spanish, though, currently I'm trying to learn Spanish. I say currently as though I'm actively studying. That Duolingo IELTS is going to get me for sure. But I did take Spanish for about 4 years, 1 year in middle school and 3 years in high school, if that even counts. I even joined the Spanish National Honor Society, or as we folk in the Honor Society said, Sociedad Honorífica Hispánica. And that club wasn't as fun as I thought it would be. You see, anime has conditioned me into believing that once I joined a school club, I would get to go on these wacky adventures, and I'd have a rival, and school trips, and we could have a club room, and then we eat on the roof. But yeah, that never happened. We never had any school trips, and honestly, I could barely stay over for any of the meetings because I didn't have a car and I just rode the bus, so that really ate up all of my time. And we didn't really have anything we did except for tutor other students when they're having problems. I do remember that we had to pledge to the club and we had to stand on stage, and it was this big deal where we were holding candles and we had to recite the motto in Spanish. And honestly, I can't remember what the motto was, but I do remember at the end of it, there was a really good cake, and that's all I took from that. These were my 2 cents on language. So thank you for watching, and God bless. So here's my obligatory hit that subscribe bell. Click the subscribe button and click the bell and follow me on Instagram and all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next video when I'm more frequent with it.